Good morning. It is Monday and we are back. I've had 2 weeks off. We've got some horses coming past, I'll let them pass 2 secs. So yeah, as I was saying, Monday morning and I'm back. I've just had 2 weeks off, which is lovely. Bit of a shock the system, coming back from 32 degrees to 4 or 5 last night. But hey ho, it's good. I'm just out and about now having a catch up with the boys. We've got some ash dryback works on a local estate that they've been cracking out. The weather turned, so it ain't great, but Carol's got the tractor and the little timber trailer out because it's a lot lower impact than the forwarder, and he's just running up and down the headlands now collecting the brash out ready to be chipped on the trackside. Yeah, and then I'm gonna get back down the road. Nathan Bert has started a little hedgerow cutback job so they can get a new water main put in. So I'll go down and see them. But yeah, new week, let's go. The boys have worked all the way up this headland. There's ash scattered all the way up. Drop that down. You can say that field has turned real wet. The cow's picking the stuff up. And we're gonna get it stacked down here, and then we can get a lorry in up this road to get this chipped. So he's happy for the day. We'll move on and go and see what everyone else is doing. The Christmas tree collection is building nicely. So when the chipper gets back after today's job, we're going to chuck these through the bandit. The tractor's tied up on the timber trailer, so that's not going to happen. Fire's burning, clearing up some stuff we pulled back off a job between Christmas and New Year. Firewood stacked there coming out of the site. Yeah, we're cracking on. It's a good Monday. A bit wet, but it is what it is. Just a quick one this morning. There's a water main that runs right through here to the digger, and there's a leak just up there that you can probably see. The boys have ripped through this. Done a bit of a favour because we've cleared that ABC power line. So they're just chipping. They've just run a load of chip back to the yard, and the truck is just on its way back. that's it. Monday is done. Christmas trees are chipped from today and the weekend. We've got another day tomorrow of them running in. This is all for Hospice in the World, so it's all charity work. We don't charge them to get rid of it. They're using us as a base. Got them a seat in one of the offices, so they're down here running that. Yeah, it's good to do our little bit. Hospice in the World is it's close charity to me, so it's nice to be able to help them out and do our bit when we can.
All right, so it is Thursday, about 11 o'clock. We're just back at a site that we've been at all week. I had to nip off this morning with the mute to go help the lads on another site, just get a couple of trees that were looking pretty awkward to climb. So we've got that done this morning, and then we're back down here in Margate on this site, and we've got a fair bit of work to do, and we've already done a fair bit. So I'll spin you around and show you what the guys are up to. So we've done a fair bit of work here. We've done a lot of ivy severing and deadwooding. And here we are. Taylor is just going up and down this driveway, deadwooding either side. Obviously having the mute is pretty helpful for this because it gets us in and out pretty quick. So that's Taylor and Hal just deadwooding along that driveway. So we'll go and see what Kieran and Gabe are up to. We've got a few ash trees that have got into decline. Looks like ash dieback, so we're going to take these out as they're pretty close to or within falling distance of a little cottage. So we didn't want to risk any damage to the cottages, so we're going to take them out. So there's a group of 5. We've got one at the front to fell, and then we'll get the mute in to dismantle the rest of them. Right, so it is Friday and the weather is absolutely awful. Yeah, chucking it down, super windy. So we're going to take it pretty careful because obviously we've got the mute. We'll keep monitoring wind speed to see if it exceeds what we're allowed. If so, then we'll have to look at an alternative. But yeah, I think we're going to be able to fell most of the bits today, and then just work in between windows to dismantle the last few bits. So I'll flip you around and show you the setup. So I brought mute, we got canter and bandit, and then we got digger on the Ranger. So yeah, we got that leaner coming out, and then the big ash tree behind it, the multi-stemmed one, and then another ash tree in there to do, and yeah, clear up everything from yesterday. So it shouldn't be too bad, still quite a bit to crack on with. So yeah, we'll get it done, and hopefully the weather holds out for us to get it finished.
Not terrible. Yeah.
Where's the remote, mate? Come here.
In the box. Oh, not there. Put a little nick in that limb there, so it goes through the bandit easier. Yeah, mine's staying on. Deal with it. had a quick coffee break and a bit of lunch. We've just got 2 stems left. Sorry, 2 stems left on the ash to take out, and then the ash at the back, which we need to finish chipping up to get to. So yeah, we'll crack on and get that done. Up on your first boom a bit more, because then that pushes you over, so you lose less of the outreach. Let me know when you're ready to fell that, Kieran. I know you said that about a million times. Send it, boy. always rents down work. Alright, so that is us pretty much done for the day. Ep's loaded up, ready to go. Casey and Kieran have just gone up a little dirt track just to take out an elm and a couple of little hawthorns, and we're just going to habitat stack those. But we'll go up and have a quick look at today's job and have a look at how we've left the site. So yeah, wind and rain hasn't let up all day. That's our 5 ash trees out, timber's all stacked. I think that'll be a mix of the client's going to cut some of it up as firewood and the rest will just stay as habitat. We're just having the last little rake up here, and we've taken all the wood chip away bar a little bit there that we haven't got room for, and we agreed with the client to just broadcast on site. So yeah, pretty much there. Another wet, miserable Friday done. Home now for the weekend.
Chip lorry in this morning. This is the second one. I didn't get the first one because it was still dark and I was in the office and Bert loaded up. Yeah, second load of G50 going out. Got some logs there that we're going to chip in a bit and chuck back on the pile. And then we've got a third lorry coming in this afternoon. Keep this still going. Should be enough for a third there anyway. That is good news. So yeah, Tuesday morning in the yard in the rain. More rain, just what we wanted. Got lorries going out this morning. That was the second getting loaded. Got one more after that. The chipper has just gone back on the tractor. The boys are going to go start clearing up some piles of brush. Me and Benny are about to go out and have a look at a couple of jobs. Yeah, nothing really exciting, but pushing on. Tuesday. Lorry number 3 done for the day. Still raining. Birds just having a push up and tidy up with the last bit of chip. And we're going to go and do a blade swap in the Aztech. Get that ready for tomorrow. We might get out this afternoon. See how quick it goes. Yeah. Weather is still horrible. Christmas tree still coming in. Get that chip this afternoon as well. Just trying to keep things clear. Bit of netting and a little log. Yeah. Boys are in. Gonna get this little brash stack sorted out. Dropping the hopper down. He's on a slope, doesn't want to go. There we go. So yeah, only a little bit here to do, then we're back up into the farm. this is a public footpath all the way up here and farm access. There's not many, but there's a few ash scattered in this hedgerow that we're just going to top out to make safe. And then there's another clump further up the top. The cow's just going to track his way up and work his way along, clearing these bits up. It is a very chilly Wednesday morning. I've just come up to see Taylor, who's muping down big rotten beech tree. It's a significant decline in it, so we're just going to monolith that down to kind of the first main unions. I'm just going to dismantle that with the mute, which is good. Cow's just gone down to get the bosh because the bosh is down the bottom of the track, so we're going to track that up and use that to kind of stack and tidy everything up. Then we've got a bit more ash to do up here, and the chipper is working its way up, so busy day here, which is nice. The old boys are on a big oak takedown, which I hope that they get a bit of footage for. So yeah, let's crack on.
Yeah, send it.
We've had a bit of a Wednesday afternoon touch. We're working across the road and a tree that was on the survey to come out we had TM booked for, but they've just shut the road to do some roadworks tonight and said we can jump on the back of that. So it's about 3:30 and we're just getting started. It shouldn't take too long. Got the digger here, got the chippers here, so we're just going to rattle this down now. Probably going to get quite dark, but save us getting more TM out in a week or so to sort this out. So yeah, it's going to utilise this, get it all cracked out.
the old beach, doesn't it?
Friday, and it's a busy one in the yard. We've got Global Machinery in servicing the Bandit machines, the 12XP and the SG40 stump grinder. They were both due, so they're getting done at the same time, which is nice. And then Bert is round here. We've got a big concrete crusher in. We've ripped out the floors in one of the barns just to make it a bit more usable. We're now crushing that down to give us a product to probably sell on. I've got a bit of hardcoring to do down at my stable yard, so we use a bit there, and the rest of it's probably going to go back off to the Agri Boys for shed bases and bits like that. Yeah, busy day in the yard. I'm going to leave Bert to that. They'll be in here for the day. We've got some chipping to do in the yard. They'll do after that as well. I am just about to jump in the car and head down to the coast because we are starting a new job down near Worthing. Cal and Paul have gone to load up the harvester this morning, and that's on the lorry. Currently on the way down, so I've got the diesel tank on and I'm going to go down there. I'm going to get this new site started. So that is it for this week. Bit of a longer one, obviously I had a catch up from the New Year and Christmas period. We are just finishing off in the yard, just done the last Christmas trees, so that's all done. Bert's having a tidy up of the logs because we had a few logs come back in off jobs. So we're going to chip them, and that'll be it. Wrap up for the weekend and off we go. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will catch you on the next one. Have a good weekend. Cheers guys.